With the first race in the bag, expect big action now at the Kyalami Motorsport Festival in the second race of the day for the Engen Polo Cup. The crowds are here and they've been entertained big time. There's a couple of cars that need a little bit of repairs. Unfortunately, Simon Need's car is not going to make it back onto the circuit for race 2, but everybody else will be there. We've got a new contender in the class, Keegan Campos, who's already shown some prowess in race number 1. And we caught up to find out what his background is in motorsport.
Born in the south of Johannesburg, Glen Vista. In 2010, I jumped in a single-seater Formula V. I was regional champion in my first year in the V. And then in 2011, I entered single-seaters again, Formula Ford, the Duratec class, which was considered a Class B car. And then 2012, 13 and 14, we ran the Class A car, the Duratec. Obviously 2012, my first year in the big league, we want to call it that, in the single-seaters. I'd say like my most exciting weekend for me was East London, where I took my first double win for both race 1 and race 2. I hadn't done that before. It was in 2013. So it was about time, you know, been in racing a while, so I'm glad I finally did it. And then the highlight must have been, you know, my brother and I finishing 1 and 2 at the end of 2013. It was a great moment for me, my brother, my father. I gym every day in the morning, mainly before work. I arrive at gym at about 5 o'clock. I finish at 6:15 every day. There isn't really much of a fitness part of it. There's 15 minutes on the bicycle every day before you actually start the gym program. Other than that, it's just training every morning. It's more of a strength, upper body strength. You might not think it, but the steering wheel exerts quite a bit of force out of your arms. My hero is definitely Michael Schumacher. My father used to make me sit before I could even walk, sit between the couch so you wouldn't fall over and watch some Formula 1. It's been a tradition of ours. We always sat together. Still today we do it. And then of course my father and my brother, they're quite good, decent racing drivers themselves, so it's nice to compare yourself to a faster person. Kyalami, Cape Town, purely because it's been my most successful. I've taken my most consecutive wins at within Cape Town every year. It just flows with me, I guess, I don't know.
He'll be looking forward to heading to round number 2 for that, but he's still got race 2 to deal with today. Great to catch up with Keegan Campos. Let's get ready for race 2. Tasman Pepper would love to take her first victory in the Masters, but Jean Gerber is on pole. Machotsi wants to be higher up than what he finished. Let's see what he can do from slightly further back as he gets underway right behind Jean Gerber and heads down towards Crowthorne. Tasman Pepper goes almost 3x3. In fact, they are 3x3. Look at Jeff Kruger giving us a great shot of those top contenders as they head down there towards Crowthorne. Campos is on his inside, Loreserve is on his outside. He's got enough space out there. There's lots of acres to play here at the new Kyalami. And Jean Gerber has done it to perfection, taking the whole shot from pole position with a hard charging. Is that Tasman Pepper? Yes, it is. Pepper up into second place, and look at it already. Machotsi's on the inside, looking for a chance, and squeezes out Pepper as they go through into the top end of the circuit and onto the back straight. We're on board here with Campos Transport's Keegan Campos, the man we've just caught up with, and he is just loving life being back in National Championship racing. Out of Sunset they go. Look at Clinton Besaidenote. Much better start from him this time. There is Darren Oates fighting with the usual contenders that he fought with all season long last year and looking for a chance to get that car, the Pie-In car, up as high as possible. Remember, he steps into Devin Robertson's field as he steps into the GTCs. Great to see that maneuvering happening, and youngsters been giving opportunities like we see here in the Polo Cup. As they go into the S's, Loreserve's lost a little bit of ground there. He's kind of all on his own, with a hard-charging pack right behind him, filled with youngsters, and some new contenders as well. Charles Wilkin is in that pack too. Keep an eye on him as he makes a welcome return, as I mentioned in race number 1, to circuit racing. Campos getting a little assistance there. That, of course, is Jason Campos, Keegan's brother. It was Daniel Duminy, the protagonist there, giving a little tap to the new man, showing him how to go into the top of Leeuwkop. On board with Darren Oates, the Pie-In car now looking for a chance. Can he find a way through? It's not going to be an easy one, that's for sure, as he heads alongside Paulus Franken. Onto the breakers and into Crocodiles. They are side by side. Here comes Makhotsi. Can he do anything about the Masters champion from last year? No, he can't. Jean Cabot just holds him at bay, but they both go sliding out of Cheetah corner. Now onto the brakes into Ingwe. There's a move from Pepper. Pepper goes on the inside. Can she put it all together and make it thick? No, unfortunately. Makhotsi's going to keep her honest around the outside. These cars are very evenly matched at the moment. And look for the push to pass. Is she going to try and use it here? Let's have a look and see if she goes for it. No, hanging on for now. Maybe waiting a little bit longer in the race. Remember, we've only completed one lap here, so there's a long way to go here and lots of action still to transpire in the second heat of Polo Cup action. Down onto the breakers, and Tasman on the brakes is good enough to get on the inside. That is very nicely done. Oh, a little rubbing, bit of racing there. That's what it's all about. Tasman finds her way into second place and second in the Masters as well as they come through Yuxke. Up towards the top end, here comes Kruger. Kruger's got a special line here. We've seen him use it on a few occasions. It's normally just over that rumble strip on the inside, but this time he follows suit and they go through there almost line astern. Behind them, the Just Tools car of Benjamin Hubbig is starting to put some pressure onto Besaidnote. Besaidnote starting to put the pressure onto Le Reserve, who's in the second of the Pepper Racing cars. As they go into Sunset now, it looks like there might be a little return of the favour there from Makhotsi. Issues running wide, and that's not in turn one, but the turn one car is slowing. Looks like Jason Campos might have a small issue as they go into Clubhouse. Tasman Pepper, oh, she's missed a gear. Tasman Pepper went from second to sixth, I think. Yes, she did, and that's allowed Makhotsi back through. So little gear change issue there. Oh, big mistake on her behalf, but doesn't worry about it whatsoever. Keeps it buried and, oh, incredibly smooth, and what a lot of finesse from that lady driver. Unfortunately, it looks like she's going to lose out to her stablemate there as Keegan comes alongside. Can't quite get there. Keegan gets a little bit of a baptism of fire. This is how we fight things out here, Keeks, and you can see just how hard it's going to be. Jeff Kruger has been able to move up slightly because of all the incidents there with Tasman, and he moves to third place. But Campos wasn't able to use that mistake from Peppers to capitalize up to fourth. Oh, action in the background. That is the Just Tool car of Benjamin Hubbig. I think he might have been helped out there a little bit, but he's definitely gone flying into the wall. And could be the end of the race for him if he can go and get it going again. It doesn't look like he's been able to get it going. There he comes back on track. A little bit of damage to the front end, and he is back on track. Only just. But the Just Tools guys are not going to be happy about that. That is for sure. Look at this. Daniel Germany fighting with Darren Oates. How many times have we seen this in the past? Right on their tail is Franken. Behind them is Shivi Bassoon. Nice run there from Shivs. Much better run from him, in fact. And there's Darren Oates applying massive pressure, looking for a way through on the SMD group car. They are side by side as they head towards the S's. Who's going to have what it takes? Oh, Germany comes across on him. Germany comes right across on Darren Oates, and Darren Oates doesn't phase at all. Just hangs in there. They're still side by side into the S's. Young drivers, no fear whatsoever, and giving it everything as good as they can take it. Jean Gerber up on the braking markers. Always missed the braking marker, and he's hit Makhotsi. He was watching the rearview mirror there and allowing Jeffrey Kruger to take the lead of this race because of that mistake. He was watching for Kruger to come through under braking, and he missed his own braking marker, taking out Makhotsi. A costly mistake there for, is that Jaun or Jean Gerber, according to his sticker in the inside of the car. Anyway, he's going to rue that day. It's definitely going to cost him big time. We're heading down into the closing stages now, and of course this is the final lap, so we have got everything to sort out here for this top six. Who is going to remain in the top six? There's still a battle just behind the Reserve as they head towards the checkered flag. Jeff Kruger has been gifted a double victory here. Tasman Pepper is going to take her first victory in the Masters category. She'll be ecstatic about that, and can you believe it? The rookie is going to be on the podium. This man right here, Keegan Campos, is going to take an overall third place, and what a drive here in the second heat from him. Yes, it was a bit gifted, but he'll take it nonetheless. Let's have a quick squiz at the overall results there for race number 2. It's Kruger ahead of Pepper. Keegan Campos comes through for third place ahead of Le Reserve, who beats out Makhotsi, surviving to fifth place. Jeff Kruger's double victory gives him the championship lead heading to Cape Town. Tasman Pepper will definitely be a threat in the Masters, as we've seen. And Keegan Campos looking forward to Cape Town. Let's catch up with him after race 2. First race and a third place on the podium is always a great start to a season.
No, great way to start myself in Polo Cup, that's for sure. Unfortunate between Makhotsi and Gerber. I don't know if Gerber missed his brake marker at the West Bank at the top there, and he just went straight into Makhotsi. Their loss is my gain. I take my first podium in Polo Cup in my first round in Polo Cup, so I'm very chuffed with the results.
Second on the podium, but it's first in the Masters class, eh?
Yeah, at least I got one for something, but that was a hectic race. I mean, I got eventually behind Gerber after testing with Makhotsi for a little bit, and I missed a gear coming down the mine shaft, so they all got back past me again, and I had to work for it again, and Gerber and Makhotsi had it coming together at the top of the mine shaft, which helped me out a lot, and yeah, finishing second on road and first in the Masters, I can't complain, and we've got some good points in the bag, and now we go to the next round.
Well, that's the first double of the season in these new cars sorted out, but it was kind of gifted to you. Jean just outbreaking himself.
Yeah, no, I must say the race was pretty much evenly matched up until that point. We were just running behind each other, waiting for someone else to make the mistake. Unfortunately for John, he made the mistake and rode into Mahotsi by accident, I'm sure. That gifted me the opportunity to get past, and then I just had to hold it there for about 2 laps and brought it home. So I'm very happy to have the double today, and a big thank you to Universal team for everything they've done, and of course my dad. Wouldn't be here without them, so thanks a lot, guys.
We head to the Kyalami International Raceway on the 21st of April for the next round of the Engen Polo Cup. Come and join us there if you're in Cape Town. Otherwise, catch all the action here on Ignition. All this action proudly brought to you by Engen, Primax Unleaded, Volkswagen Motorsport, Ferrodo, the #1 in brakes, and Dunlop Tyres.